Welcome to Echoes Tips, dear guest. Today we will talk about the French community in Uzbekistan. When you think about Uzbekistan, you will see or imagine Great Silk Road, Genghis Khan, Mongols, and Tamerlan, Timur the Great Wars. But we have hidden stories about small communities like French who lived in the Central Asia and made a big who lived in the Central Asia and left their trace in our culture. One of them is French. Also, the number of French people in Uzbekistan was always very small. Their influence can be found in the industry, science, culture, and architecture. According to the historical record, the French population in Uzbekistan never exceeded a few dozen people. In 1926, there were only 24 French residents recorded in the country. By 1979, the number had fallen to 17, and by 1989, only 9 French citizens remained. The connection between France and Central Asia goes back many centuries. As early as the 13th century, as a French Franciscan monk, an explorer named William of Rubruck traveled through Central Asia. He had been sent by King Louis IX of France to learn more about Mongol Empire and to investigate reports that the Mongols rulers might be interested in Christianity. His journey provided Europe with some of the earliest detailed description of the people and land of Central Asia. Relations between France and the region also appeared at the time of Amir Timur, known in the West as Tamerlan. Historical source mentions correspondence between Amir Timur and French king concerning trade and diplomatic relations. This exchange reflected Timur's interest in building connection with European powers. In 1891, 2 French travelers passed through the Fergana Valley while journeying toward to China. Their travels were part of growing European interest in Central Asia during the 19th century. The most significant French contribution to Turkestan came through industry, particularly the silk industry. During the second half of the 19th century, silk production was rapidly developing in the region. To support this industry, producers needed high-quality silkworms eggs, known as grana. While Russian entrepreneurs attempted to establish this business, French specialists proved more successful. In 1888, a French expert named Alou Azi introduced French Corsican silkworm eggs to Turkestan. His efforts helped improve local silk production. In 1896, he opened the first grain processing factory in Kokand. Just 2 years later, additional factories began operating in Samarkand and Bukhara. Smaller facilities soon appeared throughout the Fergana Valley, including in Chust and Namangan. French entrepreneurs also established spinning and weaving factories near Tashkent, equipped with dozens of looms. These factories produced various types of fabric for both civilian consumers and military administration of Turkestan region. The French presence in Central Asia was not limited to business. Among those who lived and worked in the region were scientists, artists, educators, military officers, and service professionals. One notable figure was the geologist Barbeau de Marny, who devoted much of his career to studying the geology of Turkestan. His research contributed to a better understanding of the region, natural resource, and landscape. French culture also reached Central Asia through the performing arts. In 1891, a French operator company led by Lazal toured Tashkent, bringing European musical theater to a local audience. Several individuals of French heritage became well known in the history of Uzbekistan in the wider Russian Empire. Among them were the Benois brothers, members of famous Benois family. Alexei Benois became one of the most important architects in Turkestan. He designed several remarkable buildings, including the Transfiguration Cathedral in Tashkent, the Palace of Grand Duke Nikolai Konstantinovich Romanov, which today serves as the reception house of Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Uzbekistan, the Lutheran Church of Tashkent, and many other significant structures. His brother, Albert Benois, was a respected artist who contributed to the cultural life of the region. Another notable figure was Michael Salier, an Orientalist and scholar best known for producing one of the most famous Russian translations of 1001 Nights. His works helped introduce generation of readers to the literature of the Middle East. Stanislav Savary, born in Tashkent, studied at the local conservatory and later taught here. He eventually became a professor of Donetsk Conservatory, contributing to the development of musical education today. Today, the French community in Uzbekistan is very small, but its historical legacy remains, from medieval explorers and diplomatic exchange to silk factories, scientific research, architecture, music, and literature. The French left a unique mark on the history of Uzbekistan. Their story reminds us that the history of Central Asia has always been international, shaped not only by local people and great empires, but also by travelers, entrepreneurs, scholars, and artists from distant lands who found a place in this remarkable region. Thanks for listening.